Now, I want us to start today's conversation by reading this comment that was posted on my Instagram post yesterday. And this is from Maisie Claire, and she says, Africa is moving towards a very dangerous trajectory. We are sensitized to normalize dictatorship, bad governance, and abuse of human rights. And a lot of you guys liked that comment because you completely relate to what this woman said. We have been sensitized to normalize dictatorship. We've been sensitized to normalize bad leadership, all right? Bad governance and even abuse of human rights. And that speaks to even what is happening in Tanzania right now, because a lot of serious things are happening. I don't care whether you do not believe what the people in Tanzania are saying, but I know majority of you have gotten to even go or even visit those Instagram posts where people have documented what has been happening in Tanzania. And also, just after last week's presidential election, the opposition party CHADEMA is accusing the government of carrying out mass against its own citizens. And now the party is appealing to the United Nations and the International Criminal Court to intervene. They say what happened after the election is not just police brutality. It is a coordinated state attack to silence those people who are opposing Samia Suluhu's leadership. And they have an official statement on that where the Secretary General, John Mnyika, said hospitals are overflowing. And this is not the first comment I've seen about hospitals overflowing with people who have been brutalized by this government. That's not the first comment I'm seeing on how hospitals are overflowing in Tanzania. And that statement continues to say that families cannot access their loved ones and security forces are moving around collecting bodies, not to help, but to cover up what has been done. He says peaceful protesters who are simply questioning the election results have been beaten, and majority of them have disappeared. And that statement alone tells you the level of fear inside that country. When you have a major political party being forced to appeal to the United Nations and the ICC, then it means people no longer believe justice can be found within Tanzania. They are simply saying our courts, our police, and our government cannot investigate themselves. And I'm also sure you've seen this comment from the police where they are threatening people. They are telling you, do not redistribute any material. And it says in Swahili, epuka kusambaza picha au video zenye kuleta taharuki au kutweza utu wa mtu. Kufanya hiyo ni kosa la jinai na ukibainika hatua kali za kisheria zitachukuliwa. That has been shared by majority of you guys even online. So you can see the fear that is inside that country. And I've said, I don't care whether you believe the people who are saying bad things are happening in Tanzania, but I also know you guys, you are intelligent enough to go and verify these things for yourselves even online. Go through those social media pages that have courageously posted the images of people who have even died. Gross images that I just want you to go and take 10 minutes, go through those social media pages or those accounts and see for yourselves. So when you have the opposition party calling on the ICC to step in, this is not just them making a political statement. They are triggering a legal process that could hold President Samia Suluhu Hassan's government accountable under international law. They are asking for an independent investigation, implying that crimes against humanity may have been committed during and after this election. And these are not light accusations, because if proven, they could bring Tanzania under international scrutiny, the same way Kenya was after 2007. And as all this unfolds, something else powerful is happening online. ordinary Tanzanians have started to mobilize, you know, and they are sharing the official ICC link, collecting videos, testimonies, and photos of what they've seen. And this is now no longer about waiting for the systems to act. Citizens are taking control of the evidence, and they are saying, this is the evidence, true as it is, and this is what we are going to share. And at this point, I want us to give one person their flowers, because this person has been at the center of this consistency. She's fearless, and this person is Mange Kimambi. Actually, love her or hate her, you cannot deny her consistency. While mainstream media stays silent and many fear retaliation, she keeps using her platform to inform the world about what is happening in Tanzania. And she's amplifying the voices of those who cannot speak. And she has done this for years. So she didn't just start now. She's done this for years, even when it cost her her peace, her safety, and also her reputation. And this is what it means to use your voice, even when your voice shakes. And I'm encouraging people, continue using your voice even when it shakes. I've always said, when we lose our fear, these people lose their power. So Mange, wherever you are, I've been following you. Honestly, I appreciate you. I've seen your posts. Every time I just want to check what is happening, I just go to her page. This woman is spending sleepless nights. You know, when you have people like Diamond Platinums, when you have people like Zuchu, when you have people like Harmonize, you know, trying to act as if nothing is happening in Tanzania, this woman and other incredible people are spending sleepless nights, making sure that this does not fade, that the world gets to know what is happening in Tanzania. So we see you. And I think it's a bit pathetic to see people like Diamond, you know, archive posts where they were supporting Suluhu. And then the moment Suluhu was sworn in, revive those posts, you know? And now they are there posting and saying prayers and peace, etc., etc. Let me tell you, the world already know you for who you are. So people like Mange, we really, really appreciate you, and we are giving you your flowers. Wherever you are, I know you might be tired. I know you might be frustrated. I know it's very hard to fight, you know. You are fighting for a nation, and then you are having other people eating from the same dictators that you're trying to fight. That can be very frustrating. So we see you. And always remember, history will remember you, and others who speak when silence has become a national language, you know, we will remember you. Anyways, I'm gonna go now to her post where she's encouraging Tanzanians to fill in the form, you know, this form, the form that we are talking about, where they are telling people, go on and fill this form. She's saying, naomba kila mtu Mtanzania ajaze hii form na aitume ICC kwa ajili ya kumshtaki Samia. Jaza kisha attach picha na video zote za ushahidi ulizonazo. Lazima Samia apate adhabi aliyoipata Saddam Hussein. And it's sad that now Samia is being compared to people like Saddam Hussein. And obviously, there are a couple of reactions to that. Let me see what people are saying. Muga, we have a Muga here also, Mugashiko. Yeah, Muga is our DOP. He's the incredible guy behind the camera. But I can see a post from someone who shares a similar name here. And they are saying, I'm from Kenya and I have to feel it, because this means tomorrow the same thing can happen to Kenya. You gotta appreciate this whole East Africa brotherhood and sisterhood, where people are coming through for the people in Tanzania and letting them know, you know what, you guys, you are not alone. We see you and we are going to be here for you. And also it was really interesting to see a comment from someone in Ghana saying, his name is Hakim, and he says, I'm a Ghanaian, but I have been crying for days for TZ. for TZ people. I will like to fill the form. Justice must prevail. This is no longer about Tanzania, but the whole Africa. And then you have someone here with a handle that it's called Justice for Tanzanians. They are saying, yes, tufanye kwa vitendo wa Tanzania. Kama una simu janja na huwezi jaza, basi omba msaada kwa wenzako. Ukitaka kusevu video yoyote Instagram, tumia app ya Insta downloader, au fanya kama unataka kushare video kwenye Insta story yako, halafu ukibonyeza vidoti vitatu vya pembeni pale juu itakuletea save. Ukisevu inakuja moja kwa gallery yako. So it's just walking people through how to save these videos so that you can be able to attach them to that link that you are seeing on your screen right now. And away even from what people are saying, I want to go through something important that was posted by Amnesty International. And Amnesty said, we are alarmed by reports that amidst internet and electricity blackouts, security forces have used excessive force to suppress and disperse ongoing post-election protests, resulting in the deaths and injuries of protesters. This is the third time in less than a year that Tanzanian authorities have resorted to an internet blockade to silence dissenting voices. Why? Why do you gotta do this 3 times? In 1 year, you've decided to block the internet so that the world does not get to see the evil that you are committing among your own civilians. That is very sad. But anyways, I was reading a couple of comments and Mange's post, and I'm sure in those comments you are able to feel the anger and frustration. People have lost faith even in this domestic system, so now they are turning to international law. And this is powerful because it's not being organized by NGOs or lawyers. These are citizens, people with phones, people who are feeling the pain, people who have witnessed this, and they are saying enough is enough. They want the world to see what is happening before the evidence disappears. But also, there is a deeper question here that goes beyond Tanzania. Do Africans still believe in the ICC? And I know that question is a bit complicated because for victims, those who have lost families, those who have watched governments turn guns on their own people, the ICC is still seen as the last resort. They know it's not perfect, but they believe it's the only court that can hold presidents accountable when local justice is impossible. To them, The Hague represents a small chance that someone powerful will finally face consequences. But for most African governments, the ICC we know is a threat. They say it's very biased, Western controlled, and unfairly focuses on Africa. Yet, instead of them reforming their own justice systems to prove that the ICC is unnecessary, they have used that argument to justify doing nothing. I mean, don't you get tired when you have presidents, African presidents saying the ICC is a tool of the West? So, which tool can Africans use? Like right now, when people in Tanzania are feeling the pain and they are looking up and they are saying, maybe ICC is the only hope we have here, what other African tool have you presented them? Because again, we are not going to talk about the African Union. No, we are not going to talk about them. I still believe that whole organ needs to be disbanded, like right now. So you cannot constantly say ICC is a tool of the West without presenting a tool of Africa for African people, And unfortunately, we find ourselves here again. There's another country, another election, another bloody protest, and once again, the people are calling for the ICC, just like Kenya did, People now are calling for the ICC for help. And this situation where we get to call for ICC to come through definitely exposes a very big gap between citizens or civilians who need justice and presidents who fear this justice. When you go back to CHADEMA's statement and this whole online campaign by the public, you realize this is a proof that people are no longer waiting for international diplomats even to intervene. People are just documenting and submitting. And they are deciding to turn this pain. Yes, they're in pain, but they're also deciding to turn this pain into legal evidence. And if enough Tanzanians submit these forms, the ICC may be forced to at least open a preliminary examination, the same process that once brought Kenya under international investigation after 2007. So whether or not the ICC acts, this moment alone matters, because it definitely shows a shift in power from state-controlled institutions to the hands of the people. The government can block journalists. Samia can switch off the internet. She can also threaten opposition leaders or jail them, but she cannot stop thousands of citizens from sending evidence to a court outside her reach. And that is what scares these Africa presidents the most. So I don't think it's a question of whether Africans still believe in the ICC or not, because I know maybe majority of them do not. But again, you can see a lot of Africans still believe in justice, and they still believe in accountability, even if the court is far away, even if the court is in Hague, Netherlands. Even if this court is slow, they believe that one day someone has to answer for the blood that has been spilled on African streets. And that belief is very beautiful to witness, because this is what keeps the fight for truth alive. When justice fails here in Africa, Africa will keep searching for it abroad. And that's actually a very bad thing. To know that we have to search for justice abroad and not here, even within our own borders. That is a very sad state of affair. But I love that people are keeping Tanzania on tour. They might think, oh, this is just a wave that will come and fade. And they've normalized doing that with us Africans. But I love that there are so many people, including Mange, also SADC. And I love that SADC still maintains the election in Tanzania was neither free nor fair. And also to see them say that they were forced, the observers were harassed in Tanzania, forced to delete photos. Actually, this is what they said. Despite carrying their accreditation IDs, our observers in Tanga town were subjected to aggressive interrogation by security forces, had their official documents, including their passports, seized, though later returned, and were forced to delete mission-related photographs from their official gadgets. That is SADC. So even if we don't believe the people in Tanzania, are we not going to believe an independent election observer? Are we not going to believe them? Why do they need to lie that they were forced to delete photos? What will they benefit? I mean, there's no benefit there. But they are saying they still believe the election in Tanzania was not free and fair. So it's very important for people to continue speaking, for people to continue using their voice. And you gotta give it up to SADC, because they said this when everyone else, when people were like, okay, is it really happening? You can imagine if they had not said this, people would still be doubting. People like Mange who are telling us this is happening in Tanzania and it's deep. Some people would even doubt the photos or the images that are online right now. And for me, I said, I think it is sad that we waited for those images and videos to believe our brothers and sisters in Tanzania. I know proof is important. I know verifying is important, but those are people. They are gone, you know, they are gone. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think Suluhu will be heading to the ICC soon? I don't know, guys. I don't know, honestly. But I love that the citizens have taken it up, you know, among themselves, and they are saying, we are going to document this and we are going to use this as evidence. You know, at the end of the day, you cannot lie to people for so long. You cannot hide the truth for so long. You cannot argue with facts. You won't argue with data. You won't argue with data. But the main question on whether this woman could possibly find herself in the ICC, it's a big one. So let me know in the comment sections. And I just want to take this moment to continue appreciating our brothers and sisters in Tanzania who keep commenting and who keep sharing their truth on the comment section. I just want to appreciate you. And before we move on to Namibia, because something beautiful is happening there, something I wish our presidents, the rest of Africa, Africa's presidents would definitely emulate. We are sending our condolences to everyone that has lost a brother, a sister, a cousin, a mother, a father. Our condolences. The world might never get to know the whole truth. Whether she gets to go to the ICC or not, I think of importance is we are using our voice right now when it matters. Don't wait for 5 years or 10 years to watch the world punish her. Document these things, embarrass this woman, and let her know that the world is watching. Let her know that the world knows what is happening in Tanzania. All right? So that's it from me today. As I said, I'm gonna bring you an amazing story from Namibia, because it's also important for us to shine a light on our presidents who are doing incredible things. But share your thoughts with me on the comment section. And do you still believe in the ICC? And do you still believe this is the last resolution for us as Africans? Matters justice. Let me know. Share your thoughts. Let's continue having these conversations. They matter. We are opening each other's eyes. We are doing what we came here to do. We are learning and learning and relearning. And I appreciate you guys for it. And thank you so much for participating towards these conversations and supporting independent journalism. That is not something I take for granted. Subscribe if you've not. Support our work by liking, sharing, share this video if you're in a position to, or even support us financially through our M-Pesa number, our PayBill number, and also our PayPal account. My name is Lynn Ngugi. If there's anything you don't want to tell me on the comment section, or you cannot publicly speak on the comment section, we have an email, info@lnn.digital. Go there, send me these tips, send me these details, and who knows what conversation we will end up having tomorrow. So I appreciate you guys. See you. Bye.